Well, guys, after years of hiding in shame, I can finally take this mask off and tell you sincerely, I was wrong. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy here with the first anime, or should I say OVA, that I plan to revisit in the month of March, titled Hotarubi no Mori. Now, Hotarubi no Mori is a very simplistic story about a girl named Hotaru who one summer gets lost in the forest and meets Gin, a mysterious mask-wearing individual who can't touch humans or else he'll disappear. And it basically just chronicles their growing relationship and blooming romance over the years. Now, I've previously reviewed this OVA back in December of 2012. And let's just say I didn't have many kind words to say about it. And I gotta say, it's forgettable. Honestly, it's really forgettable. It's your generic romance story that you've seen 1,000 times done before. I mean, it just doesn't bring anything fresh to the table. I wanted a little more. I wanted more substance. This anime lacked a lot of substance. And also, I didn't like the ending to the OVA. I found it very anticlimactic, and I honestly didn't really care about what happened. I'm not gonna say what happened, but I just didn't care by the end of it. I was just like, oh, okay, that happened. Oh well, too bad. And that's a problem because I'm supposed to care that this event actually happened. But because of its disengaging story and lack of character development, I honestly didn't care that this happened. So overall, Hotarubi no Mori had potential to be a very engaging, impactful, compelling, and interesting romantic story between a spirit and a human. But it just comes off as generic, cliche, dull, and uninteresting. And that's why I'm gonna give this OVA, sadly, a 2 out of 5 stars. It's an easily forgettable OVA. You should just skip it. Don't waste your time with it. It's passable. Wow. I was pretty harsh to this OVA, wasn't I? And looking back at it now, it kind of feels unjustified. Like I didn't really look more into the OVA and what it had to offer and what was the focus of it. And so, since I was doing Revisit Month, and since this OVA is only 45 minutes long, it's not that long at all. I mean, that's literally less than an hour. It's like 2 episodes of an anime put together. I decided to give Hotarubi no Mori a second chance. I wanted to see whether or not my thoughts and opinions of it have still held up, or was I mistaken. And after watching it with a lovely Daisy cupcake right by my side, I have to say, I was sorely mistaken. Guys, I apologize for that shitty review. That review is so inaccurate about how great this OVA is, because it is really good, guys. It is a solid romance story. Even though it is very short and it doesn't give us all the details that we would want to see, the main focus is the romance. It's the relationship. And it's very well handled. This OVA, while still being extremely simplistic and short, had great execution from start to finish. From the solid, serene, and inviting animation done by Brainsbase, the same studio behind One Week Friends, to the lovely music, to the sweet and touching story whose ending will leave you in tears but also hopeful for the future, to finally the dynamic and cute relationship between Hotaru and Gin. This time around, I actually felt a genuine bond and connection with them. It was sweet, it was touching, it was playful, it was cute, it was all the things a great romance should be. And I have no idea how I didn't notice it before. I mean, it was there in plain sight. How could I not have seen it? As someone who loves romances, I am ashamed. And the way that it ends, ooh, it hit me right here. Hit me right here. The only major issue that I found with this OVA, and apparently everybody's on the same page when it comes to this particular issue, is that it is incredibly short. And because it's so short, it doesn't give enough time to really delve into other aspects or even other elements that were presented in the story. If there's one thing that I still agree with in my past review for this OVA, even though that past review is utter shit and I completely disown it, I still would have loved to know more about the spirits in the OVA and what their relationship was like with Gin. What was it like raising Gin and spending time with Gin? I mean, yes, they're very protective of him. They show it throughout the entire OVA, but I would have loved to see more of them and learn more about them. Maybe even have Gin and Hotaru like spend some time in the forest spending time with these spirits. And speaking of Hotaru and Gin, as much as I really like their relationship and they're nice characters, we don't really get to learn more about them as characters. You know, what else do they go through? What else do they feel? It's mainly focused on the romance, which is what the focus should be on, but to make them three-dimensional characters, they need to be more than just lovey-dovey all the time. There needs to be more weight to these characters. I would have loved to see them when they're not together, like when they're spending seasons away from each other and how they yearn for each other. There is one scene in the OVA where you see a glimpse of that, but again, it doesn't get enough focus where you can actually feel like, yeah, they're yearning to be with each other, they're yearning to get more physical, but they know they can't do it. That's just a barrier that they can't cross. Something like that should have been more explored. We should have got more time on it. But overall, besides that one glaring issue, Hotarubi no Mori is a solid, well-told, and touching romance story. And if you are a fan of romance, you have no excuse not to check it out. I mean, come on, it's only 45 minutes, man. You could spare 45 minutes to check it out because I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think that it is definitely worth watching, and I apologize to each and every one of you who saw my original review for this and for years were just so mad at me for not getting it. I finally get it, and I was completely wrong. I apologize. Hopefully the rest of the anime that I review for Revisit Month can be the same as Hotarubi no Mori. I'm really hoping. But of course, I'm not the end-all be-all opinion when it comes to this OVA. I would love to know your thoughts on Hotarubi no Mori if you have seen it. Did you agree with my opinions? Did you like it a lot too? Or did you absolutely love it more than I did? Or did you find it really boring and dull and you didn't feel a connection between the two? It was really underwhelming. And you agree with my past review more than my current review. And let me know, what is the most tragic love story you've ever seen? Whether it be a movie, TV show, anime, book, whatever. Comment below and let me know. And stay tuned. I got another video for Revisit Month coming really soon, as well as some movie reviews coming your way. I plan to review Zootopia, obviously, as it's coming out this week. And if you would like to support the Black Critic Guy channel even more, go check out my Patreon page. Link in the description. Any donation you can make would be really appreciated. So until then, guys, if you'd like to see more videos on this channel, be a part of the Black Critic Crew, please hit that subscribe button below and like this video if you really enjoyed it. I'm Tony Watt II, kicking off Revisit Month in style as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.